Hello, my name is LaTanna Jones, and we are here to talk housing. The Pallet Shelter Project actually is a pilot project for the city of Fairfield. And this is one of our responses to the major homelessness issue that California has and is happening around the country. Our position was to try to find ways to be able to find housing and develop housing that's going to be able to be quickly put in place so that we can address the immediate need. And so the pallet shelters, we were able to develop them and put them in place much quicker than we could otherwise a regular housing project. Initially, Mission Samoa had applied for the financing. The city needed to come in order to be able to shore up the financing. And so the city and Mission Samoa began to work together as a partnership in order to be able to obtain, it was about $350,000 that we received from the county. But the city also had to put in an additional $285,000 of redevelopment funds. And then we also put in about another $353,000 of CDBG funds in order to be able to cover the actual construction work for the pallet shelters, as well as to be able to provide some monies to help with the operations, the initial operating period for this overall project. So it was a partnership between Mission Samoa, the city, working with the homeless service department and the housing department in order to make sure we had this pilot project, which is actually about 12 pallet shelters, 6 of which will be for single individuals, and then another 6 will be where you can have double occupancy. So overall, there's about 18 homeless individuals that will be actually housed here on this particular site. Another portion of the property, we've actually did a contract where we got modular bathroom units for the services that they need in order to be able to take care of themselves. Then in addition to that, in terms of food and things of that nature, they will be able to receive that right here from Mission Samoa, because Mission Samoa has feeding programs that they can access in order to be able to ensure that they have all the basic life needs that a person would normally have. The way a person would apply is they would either go through the homeless service department for the city of Fairfield, through the city of Fairfield's HIT team, housing intervention team with the police department, as well as with Mission Samoa. The city is going to monitor all the actual occupants of this site so we can ensure that Fairfield residents will be the priority. People who occupy these particular residents will actually receive social services. Most of them will be life skill or employment development skills. And so once those particular households become self-sufficient, then that's when those particular people will actually transition from this facility onto our permanent supportive housing. We want to make sure at the end of the day, we are addressing the barriers that have caused homeless, and then making sure that people have some place to go and have an opportunity to be relatively successful so that they don't end up back in a homeless situation again. Long term, I think this is a model that we really believe that we can duplicate. And so we want to be able to do a couple of these. We've already applied for funding to do a pallet shelter 2.0. And so I believe that if we're able to develop enough of the pallet shelters in conjunction with other housing options that would be both emergency as well as transitional, then we are in a better position to really address the need that we have, and all of which will be affordable or no cost, depending on the different stages that the residents are in. We'll see you next time with the latest housing update. Stay tuned.